Burn lie, burn lie, burn lie, burn lie, burn lie, burn lie, burn lie. We are two lie, smoke weed, we fly, got guests in the building, super fly, on 40, on crib, they be in the building. Watch your ladies, cause we might steal them. Take it to the show, break it down, roll it a weed right now. Get so high right now. Roll your blunt right now, right now, right now, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, my crew told me that if we don't go live today, that I had to get them hyper, I had to get them front. I was like, okay, do that. All right. You know what I'm saying? We got some establishments. We live back on Facebook, YouTube, and all that. You know what I'm saying? I got one Facebook page, man. We chilling up in here. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up to my cannabis conservative page? So let me just break this down. Burn Live, marijuana keeping you into the news. Hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewers' eye red, keeping underage smoking off of social media, killing myself. Definitely tonight, I'm gonna be killing myself for y'all in entertainment. Sitting here with friends and family and a Republican Party. Okay, we're gonna keep it real. I'm gonna try to tell the dumbest, ugliest jokes. I'm trying to still keep it political, and we're gonna learn some things. Okay, today is more about doing a show comfortably, relaxing, and getting to know what works and what don't. Okay. I know I had that up so loud y'all probably couldn't even hear me. Yeah, I'm just so happy to be recording. This live right here is a special live because it's recording. I'm be trying to make clips out of today. Start my new commercials. I need to get my commercial game back up. A lot of things that I'm gonna start doing. So tonight is a new beginning to some old shit. Okay. I heard that too, Snow. I heard that too. I heard that too. Okay, cool. Do me one favor. Try to put that microphone in between both of y'all as much as possible. Yo, we got a mic. I want to be able to hear that. If y'all can't, let me know. Everybody know what's going on. Trump is. Everybody want to see Trump in jail. We gonna see somebody hating on. We looking for the haters so I can crack my jokes and talk my shit. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I am gonna be rolling 2 different blunts. Okay, let me get back into my weed shit that I don't talk about. I'm gonna be rolling 2 different blunts during the beginning of this with 2 different wax. Shout out to my team, my home team of this sauce. Y'all know who y'all are. This is gonna be my first time trying it. You know what? I'm proud of myself that I didn't dab earlier. I get a dab first time live and taste it and sample it and all that good stuff on live. Yeah, I didn't try it either. If y'all heard that innocent person in a background, that's a person that died and went to heaven. Angel cakes. I think this is like one of the best, weirdest, awkwardest intros that I done probably put together since I started this stuff. Now, I know for a fact, don't get it twisted, y'all. When on them days where I'm gonna come up here and I really, really got a subject to talk about and I really want to talk that shit, bro, I bet you that intro right there gonna be bomb. Especially when I come here, they done messed up. They done talk about my boy Trump. But see, I have realized, and I should be proud of myself, like I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not afraid to say that. But they wearing my boy out. Joe Biden got in office, CNN, CBS, all them newscasts, they stopped Trump. They lost ratings. Trump soon as you say I'm running for office, everybody getting their ratings up, and I cannot knock that. Everybody's about the ratings. Okay, so cool. We're about ratings. We want to get our ratings. But dang, man, if nobody has nothing substantial, if nobody actually going to sit up here and play the shows, watch the videos, hear the lies or the speculations that this man is going to say, then I don't want to hear it. For real, for real. That's how I'm looking. And y'all, since I've got an audience up in here, let's cut the fucking music. Cut the music. Let's get into this. Let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I got a special news from Angel Cake. She wanted us to dissect this report. This is what I love when y'all come to me with a report that y'all want to dissect. I'm awesome. If y'all notice that my background is back, y'all see the colors? Yeah, we back like fried chicken and some new grease. Okay, that's how we back. All right. So let's get into this. Oh man, that's some Joe Biden news. Let's get into this JoJo.
And you need to act.
We gotta go to the beginning.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Congressman Johnson. It is an honor to be here. I was ready for some kind of a joke or something I had to respond to, but thank you very much for that kind introduction. I've enjoyed watching you serve in the seat that represents South Dakota here, and you've done so with distinguished honor. So I appreciate all of your service to our state and our people. Thank you. Good morning, Chairman Westerman and Ranking Member Grijalva and the members of the committee. It's my honor to be with all of you today. In fact,
I just want to say, before I keep going, she look good to the mother. She look good, except for them lips. Them lips look like she just got them done 3 weeks ago, and she didn't let the swelling go down. But she look good. I hope I ain't gonna lie to you. I hope she represents the Republicans because she got my nominee. Now I know. Now I say that by starting off like this: men, women, boys and girls, black, white, races, whatever. We should not vote nobody in just off looks, race, and color. Cause you see how I looked at her. Okay, she looked good. You see how I was trying to vote her in. But what if she wasn't good? You see what I'm saying? My dick I'm keeping it real. My dick got on hard. I got happy, and she just got a job getting paid more than me. And then she gonna not do what I want to be done for as Congress and the government. You see how I started that off wrong already? I want y'all to see how we look at things wrong already. I seen her. She was cute. She had my vote. The girl can be dumb as rocks. And she would have been, you see what I'm saying?
Well, Mike, she had your vote.
You see what I'm saying? Wrong. So let's really hear what she had. I just want to point that out. She did look good.
My old nameplate from this committee when I had the chance to serve with all of you, which is incredibly special to me. I would put it up here today and use it, except for I don't get the chance to sit where you sit today. This is not a decision that I will get the chance to make. This is something that has congressional authority, and you need to act in order to protect our people and to protect our freedom. Today, I sit in front of you as a governor and as a former farmer and rancher and someone who recognizes the deep devastation that if this proposed rule were to go forward, how hard it would be on our people and what it means for our nation far into the future. I remember vividly my time serving here on this committee. And I remember fondly working with many of you who sat on this committee with me as well during that time and the good work we were able to do in preserving our natural resources. Today, as the current governor of the great state of South Dakota, I want to
burn live. Pack your bags up. We moving to South Dakota.
direct my comments specifically to a piece of legislation that you are debating and considering, H.R. 3397. This legislation would require the director of the Bureau of Land Management to withdraw a rule relating to conservation and landscape health. This rule is just one of many that highlights an example of overreaching, unelected bureaucracy attempting to perpetuate radical environmental policies that ignore common sense. They ignore stewardship practices that have been practiced on our land for generations, while allowing multiple uses of this precious resource to strengthen America and our people. We have doing that for many, many years. In my written testimony, which I've submitted today to you, Mr. Chairman, I list several specific reasons why this rule would be so devastating.
No bull ass. Right now, we done heard 2 minutes and 14 minutes of her talking. And now I got to get professional. I got to break it down. She ain't said shit. I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. Because my job is on her to break down what she's talking just in case we didn't understand. And she literally just talked in a whole freaking circle.
Devastating for our people in South Dakota and for our economy. Why I think it is impossible for them to move forward with this and to responsibly conserve our land. I encourage all of you to read that written testimony. It goes into much more detail. In addition to my testimony today, I've joined a letter with other governors, with governors of Utah, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, and my friend sitting here with me today, Governor Mark Gordon of Wyoming. He's a voice, and they all voice concerns with the Biden administration directly on this proposed rule. Like many of you, land conservation for our family isn't just a theory. It's the way that we have lived for many, many generations.
If I'm hearing this correctly, she trying to reserve land for the Indians who already got land that put some of the worstest casinos on it that do some of the highest rated drugs in America. Now, there is no disrespect to the Indians, but am I saying true or false? Do Indians have land in the United States of America?
True.
Can they develop whatever they want to develop on this American land
True.
that's theirs? And when you go to a Indian reserve land, because I done been to four, and I'm telling you that yes, it's a very low, but I mean, going to Indian reserve is like going back to the damn 60s. Now, right now, today, right now, as we speak, you go to an Indian reserve, you're going back to the 60s. So, what's 2023 minus 1960? Give me a second.
Minus what?
Minus 1960.
63.
That's how far back the Indian reserve land is compared to the rest of society. 63 years behind. And she trying to go get more land for them? I think not.
I was raised by a dad who often reminded me, Christy, we don't sell land because God's not making any more land.
I gotta rewind that because that make no devilish sense.
It's the way that we have lived for many, many generations. I was raised by a dad who often reminded me, Christy, we don't sell land because God's not making any more land. From the time I was a young girl, I listened to him talk about soil types. I listened to him talk about the importance of native ground conservation practices.
So I was right. Y'all heard that? Native land. Grounds lands. Okay, so we both heard the same thing. So that's what she really wants. And she's a Republican. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to put the race card out. You want to give more Indians land and you still ain't gave niggas.
The reparations.
You still ain't gave niggas a mule and some acres. But you want to give Indian more developed land to do what with it? I'm being real. I'm being honest. You ain't even gave Bill Cosby CBS. And you want to give Indians more? Like, make that make sense. Yes, I said it.
And management decisions. I learned the scientific data and the research of what it took to operate on that land and to protect it, but I also learned why he cared so much. Because working the land wasn't just a job or a career to my father. It was our family legacy. It was our way of life. It was a culture that not only preserves a critical work ethic that is so important to this country, but it also reminded us daily of the natural resources that were a gift from God. As I grew older, I learned more about the importance of keeping all areas of our country productive. To help stabilize the economy, every part of our nation needs to produce, and that would help us during very difficult economic times. I also learned how critical it was to be energy independent, how important it was to protect our nation's food supply and to produce our own food. Now, when I was elected governor, I selected a fellow rancher as my lieutenant governor. His name was Larry Roden, and to our knowledge, we are the only governor and lieutenant governor in the history of the nation that both spent our lives making a living from agriculture. We're very proud of that, and we understand as well as anyone that our farmers and our ranchers care about our land. They are stewards.
Now, if she's talking about reserving the land for the farmers or giving farmland back to the farmers, I'm with that. I'm with that. Because if y'all didn't know, and a lot of people don't know, Jay Leno, I know everybody know who Jay Leno is. Jay Leno bought up 34% of the farmland in the Midwest. That man's money is long. Okay. So instead of making the farmland a monopoly, it would be giving it back to the small farmers. I'm with that. That I'm with. That I'm down with. We
We
can
care
rock.
about preserving it to pass it on to our kids and to our grandkids. My experience in business and in public office and national security issues has reaffirmed my belief that our enemies and those who hate the United States of America may never need to fire a shot to take us over. They may not need to. We are going.
I'm a quick cutting her out, but she keeps saying things that make me think of other things. Like she said, people that don't like America. What about the ones that are here that don't like America? Can we put them out? Huh? Can we? Can we cute ass lady?
Going to be surrendering our freedom by becoming more dependent on them for our critical needs, for gas, oil, food, medicine, and more. When a country controls our food supply and our energy supply, they will control us, and American freedom will be gone. We cannot allow rules like this to move forward in a way that stops productivity and it stops American independence. Nearly 98% of BLM surface lands in South Dakota.
I should have been in my comments. What's up, Derek? How you doing, sir? American Indians and Native lands are two different people. If this is my boy from the other day, hey, I need you here, Derek. You supposed to be here in my chair, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I met this most highly knowledgeable black man who put me in 1923 for 2 hours. It was the most beautifulest talk, but he did. He put me in 1923. I felt like I was born in 1923. I had my whole research team there. But I appreciate you, Derek. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everybody that support, put your comments. I always put your comments in.
Are grazed by permittees. Grazing is an important conservation strategy in South Dakota. We also host 76 active producing oil and gas wells and 36,762 acres. These acres provide outdoor recreation opportunities, including hunting, fishing, hiking, camping, and more, and we must maintain public access in order for these lands to benefit both South Dakota residents and visitors. Now, Mr. Chairman, I'm smart, and I realize I'm out of time, and you've got a tight schedule. But I've got much more I'd like to share with the committee today on what specifically is wrong with this rule and why it doesn't work, the redundancy in it, the unnecessary burden it creates, how it stops productivity. And the number one concern for me is that conservation is already incredibly a part of every single management practice that happens on BLM land. To go out there and to create a mechanism such as a conservation
BLM land. Okay, I'm out of here before I get on a whole nother rant.
Black Liberation Movement. BLM land.
Yeah, I'm like I said, yeah.
BLM, Black Liberation Movement.
Angle from Washington tonight. It isn't just RFK Jr. making Joe Biden.
A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't realize that the BLM was started and funded by 3 lesbians who were initiative in a terrorist attack from the Nazis. So that means to me that Black Lives Matter is a terrorist group.
Oh, bye-bye, y'all. I'll be back to the 60s, y'all. But I heard BLM. I'll be back.
Biden sweat. There's also Dr. Cornel West. He's running as a Green Party candidate, and he's challenging the Democrats because he feels they're abandoning the principles they once held dear. He's live here exclusively, and he's going to tell us what those principles are. But first, ending the race grift. That's the focus of tonight's angle. The man who was elected president of the United States twice, who graduated from Harvard Law School, who owns close to $100 million worth of luxury homes in the most exclusive enclaves of America, and who spends his summers with celebrities on mega yachts in the Mediterranean. That guy, Barack Obama, is now trying to sell the notion that racism is the cornerstone of American life.
If a Republican who may even be sincere in saying, I want us all to live together, doesn't have a plan for how do we address crippling generational poverty that is a consequence of hundreds of years of racism in the society, and we need to do something about that. There may come a time where there's somebody in the Republican Party that is more serious about actually addressing some of the deep inequality that still exists in our society that tracks race and is a consequence of our racial history.
So, by the way, Tim Scott doesn't count in his thinking. But let me get this straight. This man was president for 8 years. 8. So was America plagued by racism when he won both elections handily?
She got a point, y'all. How all of a sudden, when Obama got in office, everything was all cool. We were straight. We was chilling. We was thugging. People was happy. But all of a sudden, he leaves, and we pick up the whole 100 years of slavery where it left off, like it never went nowhere. That is the mindset of how he's talking. That is the mindset of the Democratic Party. Racism never left until Obama got in office. All of a sudden, it was just gone. It just, woof. And yes, that's how some of y'all play the cards. Now, I know if I brought up Randall Martin, I remember the dude's name now, I told you, Randall Martin show, he's going to tell you, no, racism never left. White racism's been here. White supremacy's been here. Barack Obama never had a chance to do nothing about it. Was just here chilling, high-fiving us in the background, digging us in the booty. Racism, bend over. Racism, racism in your boot. Like, no, man. Stop playing.
And if so, how could he have possibly won in such a hostile environment? And if it was systemically racist when he was president, what work did he do in his 2 terms to change that dynamic? Is he actually trying to convince us that the poverty and crime that has gripped urban America in places like New York and Chicago, Baltimore, Philly, that's really the vestige of the 19th century slaveholders? Now, none of this racial talk, none of it is going to help Black Americans. It will not create a single job. It won't change a single mind. But they're hoping it just might help Democrats stay in power despite their terrible record on the economy. Now, the truth is, we, populist conservatives, we have a set of policies that work. That's why large numbers of Americans from every demographic group, Blacks included, are leaving liberal enclaves like San Francisco and Portland for safer, lower-cost living sites. So the lies that Obama and the entire Democrat Party continue to tell about America are poison. They're poison to the body politic and to all of us. And it's fraudulent, just like the Black Lives Matter movement, the movement they all glommed onto after the death of George Floyd.
have the brilliance of Black Lives Matter and that movement and what it has done to force.
Do y'all know Mike Brown? Do y'all remember the Mike Brown case? Huh? Killed by the police in St. Louis, Missouri. So-called unlawfully killed, when technically this black young kid reached for the gun of an officer. Also, his stepdaddy, which nobody talks about. I'm the only person that talks about this on this show. Okay? When a stepdaddy sends a kid that's underage to a corner store to get a cigarillo. Yes, Mike Brown died. That's how I say it. And that's how I will forever bring it to anybody's face. Mike Brown died over a cigarillo that a grown-ass man should have went to the store to get. That's when Black Lives Matter first hit the scene. Oh, y'all forgot about those riots that tore up my city. That costed my city $2.3 million to put back in Ferguson, Missouri. St. Louis, I know y'all know that. Because right now, you go to Ferguson, Missouri, right now, they still got abandoned buildings from that riot. Sorry for getting hyped.
Change. We should be celebrating Black Lives Matter because the continuity of evil in our country has led us to this moment.
Why is Black Lives Matter read by the LBGTQ?
Lives Matter, period.
Black Lives Matter should be very much at the forefront in every policy that we ever do in this country.
Of course, we know now that the entire movement, if that's what you really want to call it, was a scam. Now, we knew it at the time, and we said as much on The Angle. But some dopey Republicans who wanted to be considered kind of cool and respectable, they threw in with their own support.
We need a voice against racism. We need many voices against racism and against brutality. We need to stand up and say that Black Lives Matter.
The mask outside always gives it away, probably, has it on in his car right now. How embarrassing. Ditto for all of the mayors of America's failing cities. Of course, they're desperate to change the subject from their disastrous records. The records that they tried to, hide and deflect from because they tried to ride the BLM wave and they engaged in pure political performance art.
I want to be part. I'm saying this on my live, so anybody can always quote me or what. I don't care. I want to be part of the Black Lives Matter movement, but they need to add an extra BL at the end. BLMBL. But Black Lives Matter, burn live. Okay? Okay, listen here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not afraid to say this. I want to be down with the LBGTQ community, but they got to add LB at the end. Burn live. I need, listen. BL. I need my own look. If lesbians got their section, transgenders got their section, gays. Bruh. I'm not. No. I know y'all heard my special guest talking about I'm trying to take over. I'm not trying to take over. I just want my own section. That's it. Gays got theirs. Lesbians got theirs. Queer got theirs. Transgenders got theirs. Question marks got theirs. Burn Live want theirs. Right on. But I'm just saying, this is what I want. Is that so? Then, hey, my pronouns is hashtag red eye. Keep it underage smoking off social media. All right. And y'all, where hashtag red eye came from is because social media, Facebook, Bookface, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, came to me, wrote me a long letter talking about you cannot be promoting to kids. I ain't never promote to a hot damn kid. Do I look like Joe Biden? Do I look like Lil Joe? I don't look like Lil Joe. So no.
Yeah, and no one.
No justice is if they was. I would understood that if they were still locked up in chains. That would made a lot of sense to me. I asked this question, and I got my live crew right here. So if they feel like timing in, they will. But the question is, y'all, are we still slaves? Are we still slaves? And if you say yes, why are you a slave? Because I'm free. I can actually leave this country if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So let's just finish this so I can
One
finish
riding the subways.
the blunt real quick. I'm
Now,
sorry.
how powerful all of that was, right? Ignore the fact that our cities were looted and trashed. Ignore the fact that our schools were shuttered then as protesters roamed free. But as with everything, the truth eventually trickles out. Soon after all those obsequious corporate CEOs started filling BLM's coffers with millions and millions of dollars in donations, BLM reportedly began to operate as a personal slush fund, not as a vehicle to help struggling Black Americans. And now it's bleeding millions in cash, despite, by the way, taking in a staggering sum of $42 million after expenses in 2021. So where did all that money go? The auditor's review noted that a sibling of the former executive director owned a security company that received more than $1.6 million in payments for something just labeled security services. You know what I say, keep it in the family, just like the Bidens. Keep it tight. Now, remember Patrisse Cullors, right, who co-founded BLM? She was nothing but another ignorant anti-Trumper.
Trump not only needs to not be in office in November, but he should resign now. Trump needs to be out of office. He is not fit for office. And so what we are going to push for is a move to get Trump out.
Why is it always the extra smart ones? Why is it always the extra smart ones hiding behind in front of books? It's always, you gotta show me all them books. Just because you read more books than me, like you got to be smart. I read all of it. I read every last one of these. Yeah. I guess favorite book is at the top to the right, in the corner. And then look at the shelf. Like you look at people how you can tell something about their life. Look at that. Look at that bookshelf, y'all. Cluttered as hell. What Black lives did you save on that bookshelf? Huh? Why does that painting look like a black man in a tight ass jumpsuit with nipples out? Is that appropriate for you being on like that's disgusting? Not really. I'm just joking. It's not really disgusting. It's just a weird, awkward little picture that caught me off. And why it look like it's a right over her? What's that? Right hand soldier. Why does it look like a drawn picture of a mug of somebody?
And another $3 million house. Well, of course, she's the one who ended up resigning. She stepped down from BLM leadership after questions were raised about her lavish lifestyle and personal real estate purchases. But it was obvious from day one that this thing was run by self-absorbed, radical Marxist flim-flam artists who hate all things traditional, including the nuclear family and the Catholic Church. The top dog at BLM's Calgary chapter in Canada was arrested and charged with a hate crime after blocking access to a children's Catholic school. Now, do you notice how Obama, Biden, Harris, Mitt Romney, they've all kind of silently backed away? Cats got their tongue about the grifters that propelled Black Lives Matter. And same for the fact that their beloved cities are collapsing under the weight of the same dynamics: the misuse of funds, wasted money, meaningless virtue signaling, and zero accountability. And it's finally catching up to him. Brand new polling finds that support for the BLM movement has tanked from 67% in 2020 to just 51% now. Now, the Democrats sell division. They sell racial hatred 24/7 because they have a willing media that never calls them out, never asks the hard questions, never does a review of what was promised and what was delivered. Remember, fact checks only go one way. So Republicans right now have a tremendous opportunity here. So my question tonight on the angle is, are they going to take advantage?
Heck no, they ain't gonna take advantage. Let's see what else stories we can get into. We're not gonna have her take up our whole now. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Let's talk about let's see what's going on with this black man who choked out a white man choked out a black man in New York.
Following breaking news in the chokehold death of Jordan Neely.
Fox News is reporting the former Marine charged in his death, Daniel Penny, has been indicted. Christine Russo is in the newsroom with details. Christine?
Well, Steve, Natasha, we are now learning a Manhattan grand jury has handed up the indictment against Daniel Penny. The 24-year-old Marine veteran was already charged and arraigned on second-degree manslaughter charges in the chokehold death of Jordan Neely on a subway train. Penny was seen in a video putting 30-year-old Neely in a chokehold during an apparent mental breakdown. Penny was initially brought into custody, questioned, and then released. The medical examiner's office later ruled Neely's death a homicide, prompting the DA's office to further investigate. Now, the indictment will not be unsealed until he goes back before a judge at a later date.
There's no way he's getting convicted. This video is brought to you by PureTalk.com. PureTalk.com. Ladies and gentlemen, I called it myself to the news the day of the event. And so, therefore, they're going to be able to put up witnesses that articulate of all color that they don't think it was race related, and they think that Daniel Penny's actions saved their lives. Daniel Penny is going to take the stand, and he's going to say exactly what he said. I wasn't choking him. I was restraining him. Here is a chokehold. Here is a 5-minute restraint. There's a difference. I showed the video of the difference, and they age restricted it. But he's going to be able to articulate that very clearly.
You see how they age restrict? You see, like, soon as they age restricted, they take it down. That's why I never put in my shows exactly what I'm going to talk about. For they to do all of that, they're going to have to catch me. They're going to have to catch me. Okay, they're going to have to sit here and watch it minute by minute by minute by minute, because you're going to have to, because we're going to talk about what we need to talk about up in here.
I wasn't trying to, it was a rise and fall of his chest. He's breathing. I'm not trying to stop him from breathing. I'm trying to stop him from killing people. And then they're going to go through and they're going to have people read the gruesome testimony of what Jordan Neely was saying to people. I'm willing to kill everybody on this train. I'm willing to hurt anybody in sight. I don't care about dying. I don't care about going to jail. I don't care about doing life. I don't care about the police. That's a person that's willing to do anything. That's willing to kill people if he had to. Now, let me go to the statute, because I pulled these up and I'm going to link them in the description section so you guys can see it. I want to make sure I give a shout out to the people that are featured in here. So this particular law firm, Law Office of Stephen and Bilkis, this is their website. I'm going to put the link in the description section. Let me make this a little bigger so you guys can see it while I'm talking about it. So let's roll through this real quick. He's been charged. One of his charges is manslaughter in the second degree, which is the heaviest charge. Could come with the 15-year sentence in prison. But let me just explain to you just what the law says. You recklessly cause the death of another person. Reckless. It has to be reckless, ladies and gentlemen. The next one is you perform an abortion, which it does not apply. That's not an abortion. You intentionally help commit a murder. So subsection 3, subsection 2 is not legitimized. Reckless is the particular burden of proof here. And you got to understand, Daniel Penny don't have to prove anything. The state has the burden of proof to prove that Daniel Penny was reckless in his behavior. And it says act recklessly as used in the manslaughter and the second degree statute is defined as being aware that your actions presented a substantial risk that someone could be killed or disregarded that risk. So they're going to have to articulate that Daniel Penny knew that him restraining a man who's trying to hurt others was reckless. He knew. And not only did he know, he disregarded the risk that he was aware of. So he didn't want to kill the guy, but he knew that there was a substantial risk. So restraining a person for 5 minutes is never going to get to a substantial.
And notice how he said that he's not going to serve no time. Now, how he's explaining it and how I'm hearing it, how he's explaining it and how I'm hearing it, that man is going to do some type of time. Bruh, no, stop playing. I'm only being fair. It's not about race right now. It's about being fair. And if you're going to use that terminology, saying risk, bruh, they at least gonna give that man at least 5 years, at least 5 and good behavior, because yet again, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't intentional. And that's the key thing that they're gonna say. It wasn't risky because it wasn't intentional that you killed that man. Okay, but you're going, bruh, you're gonna do something, bruh. It's not, no. If that man is fully innocent, don't do like no time, not even 6 months, not even 3 to 6 months. You gotta do, even though he already did a little bit of time, they might count that towards his sentences. Then I'm like, okay. But in that case, in that format that he said, y'all, I would have to say that he's going to be somewhat guilty. They going to find some way to put that man in jail. Do he deserve to be in jail? Hey, look, I didn't try to kill him, but he died. Sit me down for 6 months, but don't ruin my life. I can still be able to get a job. I still be able to, and then what's up? You know, hey, listen, it may sound wrong. Y'all like, man, he shouldn't do no time. Or a lot of y'all be like, man, he should do life. You know what I'm saying? Which minimum charge of a murder to somebody is normally 15 years.
So make them do 11.
They not gonna do that. Five is the max he gets. 7. And he's still gonna probably only do 3. If anything.
Good behavior. You know.
If anything, because I don't know. I'm not a judge. I'm not the lawyer. So, like I said, it's not like the white man's defensive team got to prove anything. Hey, that man should be alive. But if you're down there in the basement singing songs about killing everybody, making people feel fear, you got to understand, America, we scary. Okay, and I'm not talking about the streets. I'm not talking about the streets. I'm talking about America. The Karens, the Kens, I paid my taxes every time on time. I went to every city hall meeting. You know what I'm saying? Okay, come on, y'all. There was the biggest UFO sighting just a week ago in America out here in Nevada, and it really over exaggerating, got people spooked, got scared. The cop literally said, and I remember it because it stuck in my head what the cop said that made me actually like, okay, this is real. The cop said, next time that happens, don't call me. I haven't, like, that makes me okay. And I'm not trying to go far off on a UFO because that's a totally different subject. But I'm just saying, if you're going to be able to go that far, you got to be able to prove. So therefore, once you've proven something and how scary people are, even the scariest person that's on that jury, like, oh, I'm scared he saved my life, but guess what? He got to do something. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm scared for my life. He saved me, but at least give him a year. You know what I'm saying? That makes sure that he won't do it again. That so-called pat. And then, if that's the case, they're not gonna put him on papers. Ooh, what if they do that, bro? Because they could put him on papers for a long period of time. Nah.
Financial risk.
Nah. No Bush. No BSing. Sorry for cussing. No BSing. Sorry for cussing. If they put him on papers, I'm just keeping it real. They put him on papers, people gonna ride the streets. Black Lives Matter is gonna be in New York, stumping the yard like the new Jodeci video that just came out with them tall boots. You remember that? You remember Jodeci when they came out with them tall leather boots? And the saggy clothes, the baggy clothes. Ooh, yeah. And they were doing all this. And it was cool to have a big lip. Yeah, come on, bro. They're gonna be in these streets. Every black person gonna be at Target.
Don't go to the bank.
Of death of somebody. Now, the example that a lawyer gave was a defense of a guy named Jose who stole a minivan, ran from the police, and ended up killing somebody while fleeing from police. Because his speed and his negligence and his recklessness, he caused the death of a person. This is just one example. But this example is nowhere near what Daniel Penny did. It's not even close. There's not even a relation whatsoever. It's not like a guy drinking and driving or running from the police is thinking to himself, the man driving in the walking on the crosswalk is trying to kill other people. So I'm going to run him over with the car and then I get arrested for manslaughter. No, that's not what happened. Daniel Penny is defending the life of other people and not even doing it in a way in which there would necessarily a reasonable person would think that the man died. Now, let me read this next statute because it's
Okay. Now you hear that. He was saving other people. Remember, he said that. Remember, I said that. But still, you got to remember this, y'all. America is scary. Like, stop playing. That Karen that he saved don't even still want us to have guns. They want to take our gun laws away. So you really still no. Even a nun probably like he at least got to do his time in a Christian hall. You know, g'day, mate. You know, you got to look at it like that, y'all. Y'all may not look at it like that, but I still see it like that, and I'm still understanding of that situation. And you got to keep it 100. You got to keep it 100. Okay.
even worse. The next statute, he definitely, I mean, he's not going to get charged on none of these if it's a fair trial. But this is definitely not going to go. Let me show you this. I'm telling you, I could be his lawyer. I should have been a lawyer, to be honest.
No, you shouldn't. I love watching my dude because he was a cop. He's been a cop, so he tell you things from a cop point of view. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with everybody. When he be, it's like, he always be talking about people going to hell. I'm like, man, stop that. Stop that. Because that remind me of my auntie and them. Oh, you want to go to hell? I mean, it worked as a kid to scare a kid to, you know what I'm saying? So they try to do the right thing. Yeah.
But I just didn't want to go to school for all that. It was too much. All right, let me go here to this statute. And this is a criminal negligent homicide, which they got him for manslaughter, second-degree manslaughter, and criminal negligent homicide. So when you look at the statute in New York, it's very simple, and I'm going to read it to you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go down and read what the New York definition is, okay? It says, what is a criminal negligence involved in a homicide? Or the definition of criminal negligence that results in the death of another person. And according to this document here, it says, according to the New York law, it means that a person failed to perceive or understand the substantial risk, their inaction or action would cause another human being's death. That means that there was an action taken that was unjustified, that they weren't aware that it would cause the death of another person. The individual is being accused of not knowing their behavior would lead to another individual's death. Now, I don't necessarily believe that his behavior led to his death. I think that Jordan Neely, whatever drugs he was on, whatever stuff he was doing, led to his death. Restraining a man trying to kill another person, and that man works himself up to the point of exhaustion.
Here to share their reporting at the table is CNN's Jeff Zeleny, Sung Min Kim, forgive me, of the Associated Press, and Leanne Caldwell of the Washington Post. Nice to see you all. So, Jeff, I want to start with you, and I actually want to probably say that I have had the experience that I'm guessing all of you had with the inbox infiltrated by the Trump campaign's fundraising appeals. I mean, it just kept coming last night. When you arrest your leading political opponent, we no longer have a democracy. 400 years in prison. This is from his son. My father has been arraigned at the Miami federal courthouse. I mean, these were just coming nonstop.
They are, and that's obviously part of the strategy to flood the zone. I thought it was interesting, one thing that Kristen said, and I've been hearing that as well. It's consuming him, but it's also consuming and flooding into this race.
All right, folks, some breaking news. The federal government has indicted Donald Trump in their classified inquiry. ABC News is saying that two sources have confirmed that Donald Trump has been indicted. In fact, Trump has tweeted on Truth Social that his attorneys have been informed that he is being indicted and he is to appear in a Miami courthouse on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Special counsel, of course, Jack Smith has been investigating the classified documents issue. And again, these were the documents that they say were being mishandled by Trump at Mar-a-Lago. And now CNN is reporting, Associated Press is reporting, numerous folks are reporting that indeed Donald Trump has been indicted on 7 counts in the classified documents probe. Candace, explain to our audience what this means for the Department of Justice to indict a former president of the United States. You know, the feds don't
I don't know. Hey, yeah, I see. It keep trying to mute me. I don't know why it keep trying to mute. You know, it's muting me. I don't know why it mute me, but it's muting me because I'm talking that sauce. I'm talking that sauce. Now let me start back over. If y'all didn't hear me, this is the Martin. They finna talk about the Trump show. This is Martin. Y'all see this? This is Gina. Right here. This is Pam. And this is Tommy. Okay. He like calling people crackers. So I'm just letting y'all know this panel before we get to seeing how they always talk so negative about people. This is the black supremacists of social media.
Just do things willy-nilly. They clearly have got the goods on Donald Trump.
That's right. And they impaneled more than one grand jury. And, you know, the grand jury is, and all the documents are sealed, so we don't know exactly, for example, what was happening in the Florida grand jury, which kind of popped up over the past couple of weeks. What were they doing there? What we do know is this, as you said, the feds don't play. And when they have an indictment where all the parties who are involved.
This is Pam, y'all. Y'all see, this is Pam.
Can agree that this is enough to perhaps bring this to trial and then find a guilty verdict. That means that they have the receipts. That means that they have the goods in order to move this along. Now he's going to make an appearance in front of the court on Tuesday to hear the exact charges that were brought against him. He'll have the opportunity to respond, and his attorneys will have the opportunity to file any paperwork that they might need in order to get this going in terms of you know, the next steps in the judicial process. They get to actually have their voices be heard. But as you said, this is something that the feds take seriously, and it is very unusual for this to happen to someone who was the former president.
It technically has happened more than once. I have heard a story of a man being president behind bars. That was way before our time.
Of course, it has happened
I'm gonna let them
before.
tell y'all.
However, in this case, we know that Donald
They're more
Trump
intelligent.
did a lot of damage to himself by talking. There are recordings of him talking about having certain classified documents. He has made up untruths about how to declassify documents. You know, when I take it home, these documents, they are classified on their own. He's just making it up as he goes along, and he is providing just Christmas gifts for the prosecutors in order to make their case, and they are now open.
Didn't they say that about him in New York? With the prostitute? Oh man, they got the smoking gun. They got the girl. They got the girl. How many? But see, black people are used to this. How many black people like watching Judge Judy? How many black people like watching Court? How many black people like watching Law and Order? How many black people like watching First 48? How many black people like watching Cops? How many black people love watching locked up situations? Why do we as black people love to watch the lockdown, the lockups, the fights, all the damn drama? Come on now.
It's interesting the lifestyle for motherfuckers that haven't been inside there, or for those of us that may have been inside there, bro.
So if so check this out. My live audience is feeling it. My live audience is feeling it. So check this out. Now we finna go down the rabbit hole. Come down the rabbit hole with me, y'all. Come down the rabbit hole. All them cops and Love and Law and Order movies and Ice-T becoming the blackest rapper on. Don't that sound like what Trump been going through to the last 4 years?
Yeah.
Man, that man finna get in office, man. I rest my case.
Why you in jail?
Why he in? We still love him. I can look you in the camera and say this to your face. and say this to y'all face. Trump sell out arenas around the country. You got, excuse me if you don't like this, but you got niggas whispering, talking loud and proud. Man, I need Trump back. Oh, yeah. They might, yeah. Oh man, we need Trump back. What? Oh man, we need Trump back. Man, you got little youth. I did a story just 2 weeks ago also of the Democrat Party saying, oh my gosh, these young guys that are voting Republicans are lost. They're lost. We need to find them. We need to bring them back. What? Free-minded people that want to, like, why don't Democrats say that about independent people, independent black people? Huh? Why don't Democrats say it about the independent people? I met a man today. God bless his soul. Soul bless his heart. He was telling me. He said, man, I'm independent. I said, you're a loser. He's like, why? When have you seen an independent person ever win? Only time somebody denounces that they're finna go independent is when they finna switch parties. They go independent first. And then they end up on the other side. I just did a report a month and a half ago on that. So this man who every Democrat joke. Barry Sanders is a Democratical Nazi moron who wants free schools, and who's going to pay for it? How is the teacher? And I understand free school. Yeah, cool. Okay, but who's going to pay the teachers? So don't that mean we're going to raise the taxes so it still can get covered? Okay, so that's not free school. That's still schooling. That's still taxpayer school. Oh man, I march. That's just like me saying, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I marched with the white people. I marched with them, all with them. I marched with the 100 white man, million man march, and now I deserve to be in the White House as the first white black American because I got that don't even sound right. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You see how that doesn't sound? You see how that doesn't make sense? Why does that doesn't make sense at all? Come on, man. We gotta understand, like, when Trump got in office and all of y'all was mad and all of y'all was upset, y'all wasn't talking about y'all pockets. Y'all was seeing jobs. You was actually seeing homeless people get jobs. That's when you see an economical difference. When you see homeless people like, hey man, you remember that one homeless person that used to be around here, man? He used to be around here every day. You don't see him no more, do you? Nope. Why? Because the opportunity came along. Man, I seen what the difference I seen. The first thing I seen in act happen out here, it was a lady that was coming down there to the homeless community who was trying her best to help just anybody get a job. She was like, come here, help get a job, help you. She was just helping. Trump, man, you might hold on to that. Trump came in that motherfucker, came to Nevada, gave that plan. The plan was for everybody that wants to go home, because that's what a lot of people come here, man. I'm tired of here. I want to go home. Maybe not California, maybe not Utah, maybe not Arizona. I'm talking about 4 states. He gave you a one-way ticket up out of here. with a no way coming back to Nevada. That is cleaning up Nevada streets. You can't argue about that. You can't complain about that. Oh man, he was shipping them. He was shipping them back home freely to their home state. All you got to do is have somebody from your home state call, like, hey, he can come here, you staying here, and just verify everything. You up out of there. But you on a do not come back to Vegas list. Now that part, I was like, how he gonna do that? Now that part was gonna be hard. Like, how you gonna infiltrate that? But he started that. That was a difference. Everybody was having job. Man, we was hiring. Everybody was hiring. Everybody was hiring. You know what? A lot of people remember that love Trump, remember before the pandemic. People that don't like Trump remember the pandemic Trump only. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying society, life, people. When they seen Trump, that's what they see. They remember the pandemic. I remember my little godson was saying how many people he killed over the pandemic. I said, he didn't kill on people. Yes, he did. He's the president. He's the president. I can come right around there and ask him, okay, so now what about it? In that 1 year that Trump during the pandemic killed so-called 100,000 odd people in America under 0.00000 some odd percent, not even 1%. No. What? No, bro. That's just the COVID war. COVID war cured that. What? Huh? Putin. Putin said, hey. Vladimir Putin. Russia said, hey, COVID what? COVID this. Ladies and gentlemen, now there's a war versus Russia versus. Anyway, nobody gives a hot damn about COVID. Everybody breathing, sneezing, sniffing, coughing, aching on everybody. I just said, I'd have forgot to go back to this doggone lady. Let me skip down to her real quick here. Let me what she got to.
In lollygag around for years, like Mueller did, acting like he didn't really give a damn about the fact that the president was a Manchurian candidate. He got right down to business. And the reality is that Trump is guilty as fuck. He's on tapes, as Candace said, basically talking about classified documents. And this is incredibly severe. I mean, anybody who's ever held a clearance knows that when your first briefing, they scare the shit out of you. I mean, if you are not scared to ever even remotely do anything that could be seen as inappropriate with classified material, then you just don't give a damn about the rule of law. And so this as a chicken's coming home to roost. And we knew during the 2020 campaign, many of us said that the biggest threat to national security is Donald Trump. And he's always played.
I have never heard that. I have heard people say the biggest threat to society is white supremacists. So all of a sudden, it's not white supremacists. It's only Donald Trump. It's one white man. This one? Come on, man. Y'all trying to tell me that this man right here is the biggest threat to every single American citizen in the United States of America if he's in office?
Well, you have a sit down with North Korea, though. You got that accomplished.
In the 4 years that he was in, he took out ISIS. ISIS was chopping off heads live on YouTube. There is no more ISIS. He wiped them out. Trump said he'll get rid of the war with Russia and Ukraine in 24 hours. What is Joe talking about? Donating more money? Joe Biden. That's all we got. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
Donald was talking so much, bro. Donald talked to Swift out of office. That's what Donald's dumbass did. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you got a man who donated more money to illegal immigrants, donated more money to Ukraine than he have donated to the American citizens, which with our own taxpayers' money. Huh? No. Joe Biden has donated more money to the illegal immigrants that's here in America. Joe Biden has donated more money to Ukraine and this war than he has gave to U.S. citizens here in the United States of America. Yet again, everybody that knows that Joe Biden is weird has no choice but to vote for the other guy. Why is we finna put up with 4 more years of donating money when this president can stop it? This man right here on my board said he can stop the war in 24 hours. Trump said, I can stop the war.
It's with Russia, right?
Russia and Ukraine. How? Weird.
You know about the election shit.
Wait. No. Stop. I will show you the document.
That's his boy.
Stop. Seriously. The FBI have already came out. I have already did the story. I would bring it back up. Literally, of the FBI saying that Russia collusion is a hoax. He had no evidence. The GOP, hold on. The GOP just tried to sue that man, that the FBI agent that ran that collusion for $16 million and lost. Stop playing. No, that is not a collusion. If you ran an investigation for over 4 years and came up with no evidence to charge this man, to take him to court. What money? Who got money? Okay, who got money? Who got money? Who did he pay off? If that's a, come on, man. Everybody wants, that's the, because you need facts to back it up. I got facts. Right. See, every time you say facts, you see what I'm saying? I got facts.
What they put out though, propaganda, brother. What propaganda? See, false propaganda, brother.
Who got false propaganda?
I'm saying, could it be false propaganda?
For who?
For the media. The media controls everything, brother. Media put out what they want us to believe. Come on, man. I'm the same, brother. I'm hip to the game. Yeah.
Who?
Media, all of up here.
Who runs social media?
Huh?
Who runs social media?
That 1%.
Nah, don't say no 1%. That's not an answer.
What?
That's not an answer.
Yeah.
That's not an answer. No. That's not an answer. Because you can go to your phone right now and look up who owns social media. Who owns No, it's not. You can actually go look that up and find a person that owns that.
All social media. There's one person that owns all social media.
No. Because it's actually divided amongst 3 people.
Or tell Google the 3 people. Who are the 3 people that own social media? Ask Google that.
Come on, y'all. Come on, man. Everybody always see the Democrats is always talking, oh, it's the 1%. Who the fuck is the 1%? 1% got a name. That 1% got a name, though.
The billionaires, they run the world, man.
All right. We got to find out who they are. You instead of us saying 1% and don't have no name to cover it. You know what I'm saying? Get your Googles out. Y'all, we finna do is investigate.
We wait for Google to respond to her.
We finna go there. Y'all, man. Excuse me. Look like we finna be here for a while. Where? Yep, I'm finna. Yep, I am.
Just wanted to do it on the social media, huh? That's all I want to know. Look, let's see what's going on.
I got a mission.
Let me see my shit.
That's what I'm saying. I need that hey Siri.
Oh shit.
Oh, I actually got that on my phone.
You had to be connected to the internet.
Okay, I was just making sure you was alive. Hey Siri, who owns CNN?
Oh, we know what CNN on the social media page.
Okay, bam. I'm finna follow the rabbit hole. So Time Warner Cable. Hey Siri, who owns Time Warner Cable? Okay. Time Warner Cable, AT&T. So
We seen in top three.
Who owns AT&T? You keep.
Ask her, nigga.
I am. I'm trying to. Can I break that? Hey Siri, who owns AT&T? Are y'all really gonna keep giving me the corporate runaround? I guess so, huh? Hey Siri, who is SEC Communications?
SBC. Shit is wrong. You said it wrong. SBC.
You know what? You got a whole Google phone. You can Google it too, just as well as I'm over here doing my thing. So quit playing. Quit playing with me. That wasn't no minor glitch. Man, we rocking up in here. Man, that hurt. Pull that map up. Hit that thing. Go stop. Go to the top. See that? You see the Go to the search bar. Yeah. There was a microphone up there that you can hit so you can talk to it so we get to the answers. What does it say?
It's giving me like different platforms, different by different founders. So it's like a whole bunch of people own it.
Well, okay.
It's
Anybody
different for each platform.
has anybody ever watched the movie Succession? The TV show Succession? Oh, no. What's a better show? What's a better show? What is a better over the I'm having a brain fart right now. Hey Siri, TV shows about rich people owning high businesses, rich businesses. Mother son of a Candyman. All right, here we go. I'm just trying to give y'all an idea. Have anybody seen Ballers? That's a good one. That's on. That's The Rock. Better yet, have anybody seen Empires?
TV series?
Yeah, by all. Okay, that's a prime example. When it comes to different high social media people fighting over certain interests. We still got to remember this, y'all. The richest people on this planet ain't in the Forbes list. They're not on the Forbes list. They in some damn desert, private desert with everything they need. You know what I'm saying? Them prince, them kings. You know what I'm saying? Them trillion, that nigga, they own people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people money so long, like, we always look at Trump and them and like, oh, Trump was born. Like, Trump made dumb moves. Trump made stupid moves and stuff like that. You know? Oh shit. Man, I ain't finna hold y'all. I ain't finna get it. We didn't find those answers. We gonna follow up tomorrow with those answers. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I bet you YouTube and Facebook probably on my case about all the stuff that I just put out here. I bet you they probably finna fact check the shizzle out of me in the morning. Capiche, you can't say this. Capiche, you can't say that. Capiche, you can't do this. Capiche, well, you know what? I'm doing it again tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good show. I'm finna get the hell up out of here. Have a good night. God bless you. Kuna Matata. Peace.